have a quick little housekeeping announcement. There are eyeglasses on my shirt. The lights are on. A silver Chevy Sonic LT, tag Alabama 1A0M7MC. A silver Chevy Sonic LT parked on 6th. If that is your vehicle, your lights are on. Thank you.
And taking cover, the women's second daughter, a father's pride and joy, somebody's mother, brother, best friend, sister, lover, maybe an A1 student, running, hiding, taking cover. The women gather, crying, tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather, crying, tears that fill a million oceans. People say, not in this neighborhood. It doesn't happen here. Our kids have everything. What do we have to fear? But what about the ones who say this happens every day? Drugs and violence take our children. How much more death can come our way? The women gather, crying, tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather, crying, tears that fill a million oceans. Don't you know? Some bullets find their targets. Bombs can take you right on cue. Some in the hands of babies or officials and their crew. They claim the brother had a gun. She fit the profile in my book. Running, hiding, taking cover.
Thank y'all for coming here. Ooh, this mic is hot. It might be a little bit too hot. Can you turn it down just a little bit? Change the temperature just a little. Because I have a big voice, and there's some ladies back there have even bigger bang voices than I do. And I'm telling you, they are coming tonight. Sit back and relax. We have this evening Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Dewana, is Miss Dewana here? Is Miss Dewana Thompson? She's back there looking so lovely. May you please come and give our opening remarks.
Good evening. My name is Dewana Thompson, and I have the privilege of being the president and CEO here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. And I was really thinking about what I would say tonight, primarily given the state of our country, of our state, of our communities, and let's call it what it is, an attack on women. Places like this sacred space that we are in tonight, the Women Gather, are necessary and critical more than ever as we continue to figure out how we save ourselves and everybody around us, because that is what we do. And in a year where more of our permissions have either been taken away or are being challenged, I stand tonight to give us permission again, to say to us that we have an incredible power, that we have an incredible richness, we have an ancestral divinity, we have an understanding that the seeds that we plant, they bloom for years and years to come. But even in that responsibility that we hold, it's not always easy. Sometimes it's downright hard. Sometimes you gotta fight like hell. And the reality is, when you do that, you need a place to be restored. And so tonight is a night of restoration. It is a night to remember. It is a night to gather in moment and in space. And in that, I want to give us permission, and I want you to repeat with me in this affirmation. I give myself permission to speak up. I give myself permission to not know what's next. I give myself permission to change my mind. I give myself permission to heal without judgment. I give myself permission to release self-doubt. I give myself permission to try new things. I give myself permission to be alone and okay. I give myself permission to have boundaries. I give myself permission to not have it all planned out. I give myself permission to fail and get back up. I give myself permission to be a vessel for joy. A vessel for peace. A vessel for love. And a vessel for justice. Because I give myself permission to speak up. Do you feel that you have permission tonight? Make some noise, because I feel it in the room. We've got permission tonight. And we hope that you take that with you as you leave this day. Remind yourself you have the permission. You have autonomy over yourself to do whatever you have to do to be the change that you are already in the world. Be welcomed, be renewed. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, President and CEO Dewana Thompson. Is our Vice Education of Education, Samantha Briggs, here today? I'm looking at her, but you know I have to ask the question.
Hello. You know, when you have a dynamic president and CEO, she comes up here, she drops mics, and then you have to pick them up and try to do something. So she brought inspiration, she brought motivation, she brought you to the moment. I gotta make you laugh or something. Okay, that was the laugh. So my name is Samantha Elliott Briggs. Welcome to the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. When women gather, women gather.
Yes, we do.
When women gather, women gather.
Yes, we do.
We went from downstairs in the community meeting room that seats 80 people. That's because y'all kept registering. And then calling. And then emailing. And then texting. So we said, So we had to come to the room named after the lady, the Miss Odessa Woolfolk.
Yeah.
And we are blessed to have this building. We are blessed to have this room. We are blessed to have her because of her. When women come together, women do mighty things. So I am excited that you all have helped us outgrow ourselves, outgrow space. We are grateful to a board, to a president, to a team that provides the resources that allow us to double that up. So thank you to our entire team. Thank you to the volunteers. Thank you to everyone who came out to celebrate tonight. And thank you to our amazing artists. We're excited. These folks are here for you. So welcome, enjoy, and I turn it back over.
That would be to me. I am your MC for this evening, Dolores Bird Smith. I am a poet as well. Really, Shirley? Really, Shirley? Really, Shirley? She like that proud mother. That's my best friend back there. She's like that proud mother. That's my baby. That's my baby right there. Y'all clap for my baby. But listen, we have been doing the Women Gather so long that we can't even put a stamp on how many years we've been doing it. Can I have my original sisters to stand up, please? Right, and this beautiful lady that's sitting back here, however, she never actually was one of the presenters. She used to present with her late sister as well. And I think we've been doing this almost 20 years, maybe, guys. Almost 20 years. And I know I look young, honey. I know I look young. I see how you're looking at me. But I'm almost 60. Okay. But yeah, so it's been almost 20 years for sure that we know it's over 16 for a fact. And it started with the former President Priscilla Hancock Cooper. So we're going to get started. And we're going to do a call and response. And what we're going to do is we're going to invite you to invoke the names of outstanding Black women or women in your lives. It can be somebody famous. It can be a friend. It can be a family member. It can be someone who has passed on. It can be an ancestor or whichever. And I will start you out. I will call out that name, and we will respond with Ashe. Ashe basically is so be it. Amen. All right? So I'm going to start with my mother, Mary Dolores Johnson Bird. Raise your hand when you're ready to call a name. Ashe. 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 My mother, your mother, our teachers, and everyone that stand before us today. Let's say it 3 times. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We're going to bring up our first presenter, which is going to be none other than Salam Green. And as she makes her way up, we're going to go on and just start applauding for her.
Ashe, good evening. I am the dream of my Nanny Washington and her thick thighs, her big eyes, and her sweet potato pies. Who dreamed you here? I believe if you were to think, the majority of us would say it would be a woman who dreamed us here, a woman who influenced us here. I'm excited to be here. The most self-honoring task I could do for myself was attempt to create the life of my dreams. And the most important way toward that goal is calling in my own village of story keepers, spiritual guides who have been there, done that, who have suffered, and most of all, who have loved and who are living to tell about the revolution in themselves, which calls forth the revolution that lives in me and the revolution that lives in you. We are women. Pause, rest, breathe. We are women, women who participate in peace, women who are essential to the economy, democracy. We are women. We are women, modern trailblazers in our communities, churches, in the marketplace. We are women. Pause, rest, breathe. We are women who have bravely blazed the path for our daughters, our sisters, and all remarkable women. We are women. We are women emerging and diving into oceans and oceans of liberation. We are women. Pause, rest, breathe. We are women, magical, miracle, working, powerful, breathing, gifts of joy, divine creations. We are women. We are women who rise up, women who take flight, women who shine our own lights, women who care to brave new heights. We are women. Pause, rest, breathe. We are women, justice-seeking women who move in solidarity, unity, and resistance. We are women. We are women. We are women. Pause, rest, breathe. We are women whose words shall always be heard. We are women whose voices shall never be silenced. We are women, radical, power for women. Pause, rest, breathe. Welcome to the radical world of womanhood.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, sister. I'm going to start you with this piece by Nikki Giovanni. The women gather because it is not unusual to seek comfort in our hours of stress. A man must be buried, and it is not unusual that the old bury the young, though it is an abomination. It is not strange that the unwise and the ungentle carry the banner of humaneness, though it is a castration of the spirit. It no longer shatters the intellect that those who make war calls themselves diplomats. We are no longer surprised that the unfaithful pray the loudest every Sunday in church, and sometimes in rooms facing east, though it is a sin and a shame. So how do we judge man? Most of us love from our need to love not because we find someone deserving. Most of us forgive because we have trespassed, not because we are magnanimous. Most of us comfort because we need comforting. Our ancient rituals demand that we give what we hope to receive. Isn't that right? We do. We give what we hope to receive. And how do we judge a man? We learn to greet when meeting, to cry when parting, and to soften our words at times of stress. The women gather with cloth and ointment. That's my favorite part. I like that right there. Their busy hands bow into the laws that decree willows shall stand swaying, but unbroken against even the determined wind of death. We judge a man by his dreams, not alone his deeds. We judge a man by his intent, not alone his shortcomings. We judge a man because it's not unusual to know him through those who love him. So the women gather strangers to each other because they have loved a man. And it's not unusual to sift through ashes and find an unburnt picture. Because y'all know y'all like to burn pictures when y'all get done with them, don't you? Don't burn no more pictures. Just throw them away. I'm just kidding. All right, and we're going to keep it moving with Ain't I a Woman by Sister Lolita Sims.
Ain't I a Woman is by Sojourner Truth. Well, children, where there's so much racket, there must be something that's out of kilter. You know, I think the Negroes in the South and the women in the North, all talking about rights, the white man will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this talking about? That man over there, he says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted across ditches and have the best places everywhere. Nobody helped me crossing with no carriage, nor over no puddles, or even giving me the best place in, ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arms. I have plowed and planted and gathered into burns, and no man could head me. Ain't I a woman? I could work as much, and I could eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I've borne 13 children and seen them born off into slavery. And when I cried out with a mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. Ain't I a woman? Then, they talk about this thing in your head. What they call it? Intellect. That's right. Intellect. What that's got to do with women's rights? Or Negroes' rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint, and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then, there's that man back there in black. He says women can't make as much as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? Christ came from God and a woman. Men ain't have nothing to do with that. If the first woman that God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, that these women all together ought to be able to turn it right back and then get it back up again. And now they're asking to do it. And the men better let them. Obliged for you hearing me? Now, old Sojourner got nothing else to say.
I know I am. Thank you, sister. Now, my dear sister, mother, friend, poet and songstress, and dancer. Oh, we talked about the originals already, baby. Shirley Farrell, will you please come and grace us?
Well, on account of she asked so nicely, I'm gonna see if I can. But I would like to say, first of all, can we do something with the microphone? Okay. Is that better? People over here? Because I couldn't hear well. All right. So, my name is Shirley Farrell, and yes, I am one of the original women who gathered. I heard the song by Sweet Honey and the Rock, and truthfully, the lyrics rocked me to my soul. They still do. Almost 20 years later, it's sad how true those words are. What a friend we have in Jesus. All of our sins and grief to bear. And what a privilege to carry, oh, everything to God in prayer. Well, guess who's dying now? Whose funeral we're singing for today? On every street of every city, in every alley, in every town, someone close to you. Family, friends, schoolmates, grieving parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, and good friends. We're all crying. And why? Our mayors, our police, our other elected and appointed officials act like they don't know what to do. Really? I've got a piece of advice for them, and I do hope they'll take it. We need to change gun laws in this country. If you are a mother, a woman of any kind who has born, raised, nurtured, please stand with me now. Because I'm sick of it. I am sick unto my soul that every time I turn on the news, pick up a paper, I'm reading about somebody's death. And these aren't people who are unknown to me. Sometimes because we read about the death of someone who lives far away, we don't feel as affected. But these are our children. These are our grandbabies. These are our cousins. And we all who are standing, would you please contact your state legislator? Let's start with them and let them know we want gun laws in this state changed soon. ASAP. Because we're tired of singing the funeral song. Yeah. What a friend we have in Jesus. Thank you very much. Now I'm supposed to have some music. We're gonna see if we do or don't. Michelle, we do? All right. And let's see, we can cue it up, because this song, to me, fits right in with the theme. I'm not a vocalist, per se. I sing because it has meaning to me. I sing because it lifts me, comforts me, gives me something to cling to. And so if I don't sing as well as some of you beautiful artists that are coming up, well, bear with me. I love you, Lord. Okay, can we start over and a little louder, because I can't. I'm sorry. It's live, we can do this all day long. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. running after me.
With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Ooh, choir number 1 and choir number 2. Y'all did so good. I like y'all. If this is y'all first time joining our show, just know that I am honored because I've been performing for so many years and they done gave me the mic. Lord Jesus. I don't know what they was thinking, but they put me up here, so here I am. I'm gonna do one of Miss Cooper's pieces in her honor because she could not make it today because she was out of town and we didn't want her to come here all jet lag and stuff. And this is from her collection of a series that she did for many years that she performed called Call Me Black Woman. And this piece is entitled African Genesis 3. I carry the seeds of my African roots, walking the walk of the sisters who carried baskets balanced on their heads. You know, that's what sisters' hips first learned to swing. And yeah, I talk the talk of the drum beat using rhythms and sounds that are still foreign to others. I carry the seeds of my African roots, brought them from down south to up north, from cotton fields to car factories, from country roads to city street corners. And I see their fruit in the face of Aunt Ella and the love of Big Mama and the laughter of all the children they raised on God and cobbler. I carry the seeds of my African roots, and the tree grows ever on. Yesterday, today is tomorrow. Tomorrow, today will be yesterday. Our present is inseparable from our past. Our next presenter will be, poet, teacher, writer, Laura Secord. Song of a Young Boy Mining for Cobalt. Letter to Alito, November the 24th, 1654, Walking Duplex.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to find my page here, just a minute. And I just want to say how honored I am to be here tonight. As a melanin-deprived person, I have been welcomed into this group for the last 20 years, and I still am the same color, but my heart is filled with y'all's energy and spirit, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to do 3 poems. I said 4, but I want to not go so long. So the first poem, you know, we talked about what's happening to women in this country, in this state. It's really overwhelmingly frightening. And I have a poem that I want to read first. I'm going to read some from my book, which takes place in 1600s and shows what was happening to women then. But I want to first read a poem that I wrote to one of our Supreme Court justices. In his opinion overturning Roe v. Wade, Justice Alito cited a 17th century witch-hunting judge to make his decision. That judge was named Sir Matthew Hale. And so this is my letter to Alito. Who spoke to you before you chose to block our lives and banish our rights? I heard Sir Matthew Hale came to you in a dream after too much wine and greasy beef. Y'all were drinking flagons, cursing women for being too bold and loud. Hale judged his daughters. Mary, too spirited. Francis, too confident. Anne, too romantic and soft-hearted. He advised you, Alito, best to break 'em down. Hale's stiff lace collars, woman-tatted, cleaned and pressed. Alito, you're just like him in dress. You, scrotal SCOTUS, wearing century-old lace, took counsel from a misogynist, drowning our sister power in your piss. Take us back 400 years, barefoot, pregnant, mucking stalls and birthing on hay beds, screaming our pain. You, Methuselah, who think our choices, hearts, and lives are the purview of men. The husband, the father, the master. Like the old days when men were men and women property. Burdened beasts. Imbeciles bearing men's thrusting weight and the load of child after child. Drunk with power, Alito, shall we really return to those days? Pay a fiddler to play? Cut the power in the HVAC? Fill your slop jar? Toss your Tesla? Find a buggied mare to drag you through the mud and stench of unpaved streets? Turn the clock back to patriarchal ways and burn or hang each female whose voice repudiates you. So, that happened just 2 years ago in the free world. That is happening right now. And piece by piece and bit by bit, they're taking away what we fought for. Not what they gave us, but what we fought for. And we have to remind the young people that these rights that we have, all of them were not given to us. They were fought for by the people. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in time to the 1630s when a woman named Anne Hutchinson in the Massachusetts Bay Colony was thrown out of the colony because she was outspoken and preaching. And she was a woman. And my character from my book, An Art, a Craft, a Mystery, her name is Kate Gilbert Harrison, and she is accused of witchcraft in Connecticut in the late 1640s. But she was indentured. She came with her aunt from London because all the family had died in the plague, and so they got their passage by selling themselves for 7 years. Now that's nothing compared to chattel slavery, but yet you're powerless. She was lucky, though, to be in the home of Anne Hutchinson, and when Anne Hutchinson is accused of heresy, she is Anne's babysitter, and this is her story. Before ministers and magistrates, Mistress Anne is going to trial for heresy at the Cambridge Meeting House. Her toddler, Zuriel, still nurses at night, so I was chosen to come along and watch him at her eldest daughter's home. His ma'am already kissed his head goodbye, but he's restless, and our calming walk leads us to the meeting house door. The hall is filled. I stand beside the cracked daub round the window frame and peer inside. The magistrates and ministers are dressed in solemnity, yet the throng outside is noisy as a carnival. I hear the crier announce, "Goodwife Anne Hutchinson," and then I see her, pale, yet her own self, walking head high, eyes direct into that empty space where she will stand before them. Zuriel clings in my arms. His heart races, but he stays quiet. Then all those that love her the women she has nursed and midwifed, men and women enraptured by her sermons at her weekly conventicles begin to shout and cheer. I want to know her fearlessness. Zuriel trembles as if to whimper. I stroke his arm, mutter kisses to his face. She stands alone, while those that judge her are seated with warm coals around their feet. What have I said or done? She asks this of our governor once, and once again, what law do I transgress? I feel Zuriel squirming, and I do not want mistress to notice. So I take the baby before the sea, and we twirl, while his mother's ordeal spins before us. Waves, homes, forests, skies, and her billowing courage, as Zuriel squeals with delight. Thank you. Now, thank you. I'm going to read the last poem in the book. And it is, Kate has been imprisoned for over a year. And this poem is called Walking, and it speaks for itself. Walking. Freed from my year alone, I feel my voice. My bones ache, but I know my fears can die. Though each step aches, I know I will not die. I had a wild spirit wanting to ride winds. Today, my wild spirit rides bright winds, finding despair's opposite in a single hawk. My despair lifts when I see that screeching hawk. Shame banished as apples bloom and calves call. The trees will fruit. The cows will nurse their calves. From rebirth's pain, I find I'm lifted up. From labor's ceaseless pains, I'm lifted up and race until my arms enclose my daughters. I race until again I embrace my daughters, freed from this year alone. I feel my voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mojo Mama. Y'all know her as Laura. We know her as Mojo Mama. All right, we got a special lady coming up right now. She's a poet from Genocide, a Mission. Esperance, may you please grace us. Y'all can clap. It's okay if you clap. It's okay. It's okay if you clap. It's okay. And does she have a story to tell you guys? All right? All right.
Bonsoir. Merci. Please bear me with my French. English is my fifth language. It's not even my second language. My name is Esperance Taylor. I'm from Rwanda, Africa. Yes, I know. From genocide emission, how we translate into words, how we accept the unacceptable. From Dorcy Rugamba, a survivor of genocide in Rwanda, 94, and author of a book, a long love letter to my family. April 6, 94, first I'm going to read a piece from my book I just wrote, a memoir, and hope it's going to be published next year. Yes, thank you. April 6, in 94. We heard tonight the plane carrying President Habyarimana and President Ntaryamira of Burundi to peace negotiation was shot down by surface to air missiles. Both leaders are dead. The war's shaking, grenades, bombs, gunfire. Radiomir Collins playing only Mozart Requiem. The American excited, rapping me to the beat of bombs and heavy classic, that music. What expatriate talking over the fences, dogs going wild with barking, then silenced. My parent neighbor appeared trembling. Can I have a beer? My nerves, my family, everyone killed. Be ready, get ready to leave. Numb and confused, I pack. I try to remember the evacuation instruction. I tapped for the embassy personnel and tell the American, gas your car, have cash ready, pack only necessities. I gather all my photos, father holding me as a toddler, so tender, such love. Uncle Charles and Auntie Josepha looking healthy and beautiful. Mother, proud, pregnant with me. Assumpta and I, young and pretty. My beloved grandmother, Teresa, and I. Bombs shake the walls. We heard the word, even whites are being executed. More gunfire. Mozart playing over and over. The cymbals, the crushing drums. Another knock on the door. My heart races. They're coming for me. Outside the window, the American embassy car. Mademoiselle, they are on their way. Be ready to leave any moment. Hide your document. Play ignorant. Play you don't understand French or Kinyarwanda. Be silent. Do not respond. Save yourself. Thank you. The American car has no gas. There is no cash and no food to bring. I think this man doesn't want to leave. The long auto brigade arrives. We drive by soldiers with guns and gallons of gas, waiting to kill, loot, and burn these elegant villas, this whole neighborhood for wealthy elites. Our men silent. The soldier glare at me. I remain unresponsive. Will this car ever make it? We arrive at a Catholic school filled with white expats from NGOs and embassies, along with refugees, outreach workers, and some household staff. Everyone looked blank-eyed, terrorized, paralyzed, lost. We have no more gas. How will we drive, I ask. The American. A young white man wearing a white t-shirt and jeans wanders by looking lost. She has a small Suzuki filled with gas. The American asks her for a ride. She nods to us. We get in her car. She becomes our savior. Leaving the capital, we drove through the city center by all places I have lived. Column of poor village Hutu with machetes, grenades, and gallon cans line the road. They look so poor. Some with no shoes, some with mismatched shoes, or shoes with holes. They wear ragged thrift shop clothes, look drunk and hungry. Some wear a uniform cap, shirt, or vest to make them important. they have been nothing. But now they feel elevated and ready to do the work required by the Requiem. Time to work, time to clear the city, they chant. We passed the French Cultural Center, we passed the American Club, where this man once showed me horror films and raped me. The possibility of gang rape and slashing execution haunt me. I watched drawing in PTSD, my city, my memories, my life passing before my eyes. We are close to my parents. I can't go to see them, and emptiness fills me. They were at the top of every list, certain they are dead. I send them love. I feel with guilt and try to imagine them freed. Thank you. We are outside the city, heading south towards Butare. There are no soldiers here. The women work the fields. The men play cards in the shade of porticos. A small girl missing school tends to babies and toddlers. The crash of village life goes on unaware of what is coming. I don't say goodbye. Surely I will be returning home. We stop at a coffee shop to eat and drink. I remain silent and visibly observing. A journalist from BBC approaches us. How is Kigali? Only the American speaks. Kigali is burning. Always loving the spotlight. The American agrees to be interviewed. The Burundi border, the Rwandan frontière. Rivers of refugees making the crossover. A Burundi man calls out, "Madam, you are so beautiful. Why would they want to destroy such beauty?" Don't worry, I was in my 30s. Not like now, I'm at 67. I found myself again by walking. As I walked, my courage and pride returned to life. Walking gave me clarity. It was a form of prayer. My brain awakened and gave me a vision. I saw myself on a mission to secure my parents' legacy, to celebrate, to restore and celebrate their memory. Thank you. I began to carry myself with pride and dignity. I decided to forgive those poor, deluded Hutu génocidaires. I would devote myself to my parents' legacy, write books about the other evils in my country, explore how family enslaved their own families, extorting money, bleeding their loved ones dry. I will share the evil and betrayal inside Rwandans' families. I wanted to truly understand the root of this evil, born in colonization, but deeper and more personal than white evil. I wanted to understand the evil of neighbor against neighbor. I walked taller, holding my head high. I became accurately observant. I thought about myself and my girlfriends dancing in the home of wealthy Hutus, eating and attending parties in the home of people who later choose to kill us. How can one kill their friends, family, wife, husband, and neighbor? What possessed them to kill babies and their mothers? Gang rape daughters. in front of their parents, or kill whole families, leaving the frail grandparents as living witnesses. I knew my country. I did not want to give these killers my power. With my parents as my angel, I choose to forgive and work tall with dignity. I realized the name my parents gave me came with a great responsibility to embody hope. I will continue the love and compassion my parents created, build a foundation, and help the orphans and traumatized children left behind in this war. I heard the Rwandan refugee camp nearby. I mentioned it to the American. When I told him about the camp, he asked the Kenyans where to find it. Sunday, we are going to refugee camp. You will be acting as my translator. Translator. I have a gift of language. New Kinyarwanda, Swahili, French, German, and a hint of English. I saw myself becoming a translator, having meaningful work. I was excited to begin. I hadn't slept much since we left Kigali. Anxiety and nightmare plagued me, but the night before the interviews, I didn't sleep from excitement. My vision became a reality. I saw my parents' spirit lifting from the cross of familiar extortion and abuse. They were assassinated. I would carry their torch, fulfill their mission, and take on their legacy. I saw my mission as my parents' resurrection. I felt a sense of freedom. Yes. Despite becoming a refugee for the third time, I felt strong. I knew I must be stronger than ever because a huge responsibility awaited me. I was hope. I would not let these terrors take my power. I would not give it away. Despite my unknown future, I felt my heart and spirit arise. I began each interview sensory, asking the questions filling my mind. Where is your family? How did you escape? Again and again, I heard stories of fear, loss, and valiant struggle. I spoke to an old man who stared to the wall, defeated. Where is your family? I don't know. How did you escape? White priests brought me with a girl from Congo who was gang raped. Did this happen to my wife too? He turned from me, facing deep into wall. I met a pretend boy, tall and athletic. He told me, I ran when they were killing my family. I ran fast at the wind with my dog. I ran and ran far from killing. I lost my dog. I lost my dog. No, poor baby. He didn't cry when he mentioned his parents, but he sobbed and sobbed of his dog. They are taking me to America. His eye grew as he said America. I never felt anything special about America. Not much impressed about the US at all. And yet, this beautiful boy, fast enough to escape. Glowed every time he said, America. He made me wonder how a place could bring such light to one in great grief. Thank you very much. And and much, much love to all of you. Welcome. Welcome to Rwanda.
Can you imagine being a refugee? Can you imagine being a refugee? I'm sure you cannot. I'm sure you cannot. We're going to keep moving. The next presenter will be author, poet, and praise dancer, Andrea B. Whitfield. She's going to do a poetry performance first, and then followed by her praise dance, God's Woman. Come on, sister, come on. Be waking your way on up here now. Come on, honey bun.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank the Women's Gathering Committee for allowing me an opportunity to share my gifts and talents that God has blessed me with. And yes, I am a poet. One of my books is 4 Peas in a Pot of Poetry. My 3 daughters are poets, so we combine our poems together, so I'm going to share a couple with them, with you. I also wrote What's the Black Alphabet? Someone was like, you going to do Black Alphabet again? Not today. Also, A is for Africa, okay? My first book, I'm a retired teacher. I taught for 36 years. But I have one of my former students here, Felicia. And I'd also like to thank my church members from 6th Avenue Baptist Church, my friends, my family. I am Miss Titties so I see Miss Jefferson County over there. My sorors, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, thank you. But right now, I also am the founder and the director of Melodies from Heaven Praise Dance Academy. So that's long. I did put my glasses up here. Oh, there they are. My first poem is entitled, What Do You Do? What do you do? How do you make your dreams come true? Wanting to be somebody, want it all, want it now. But what do you do? How do you make your dreams come true? Hoping things will get better, hoping things will turn out right, hoping the negatives will disappear, hoping the positives will appear. But what do you do? How do you make your dreams come true? Longing for satisfaction, longing for tranquility, longing for respect, longing for love. But what do you do? How do you make your dreams come true? Trusting your instincts, trusting your abilities, trusting your intellect, but most of all, trusting in God. That's what you do. That's how you make your dreams come true. Thank you. I have one more poem. My next one is entitled, Why Not You? And I like audience participation, so when I hold my finger up, I want you to say, God's woman. Okay. So why not you, the one with a broken heart? Why not you, the one whose life been torn apart? Why not you, getting another door slammed in your face? Why not you, getting kicked to the curb? Why not you, again, your best is not enough, leaving you feeling like a disgrace? Why not you, the one without love, the one without money, the one without dreams, fantasies, honey, and honey? Why not you? Does it seem as if good things always happen to the other person, leaving you to wonder, what did I do or didn't do? But on the other hand, you are. So why not you? the one who laughs and smiles in spite of, because you are. So why not you, the one who finds a silver lining in the clouds above, because you are. So why not you, the one who's envied, the one who's admired, because you are. So why not you, the one who has become inspired, because you are. The one who have learned how to love yourself, the one who God's love, now that's your wealth. You're the one with passion, desire, strength, no labor. Now it seems as if everything is in your favor. All of your dreams are finally coming true. Why not you? Thank you.
say you start making your way to the stage for me, and I'll give you a proper introduction. There we go. All right, our next presenter is founder and executive director of Drum the Program. She's going to do a poetry performance. Her name is L.V. Schooley. Put your hands together, starting now.
Good evening. Can you hear me? I'm so nervous. I gotta just let you know. I'm not always nervous in front of people, but today, whoo, I'm just eat up with it. So I hope that it's always a good sign in my life when I'm nervous. All things that happen that are very life-changing for me is when I feel like, ooh. And I don't know why, but it's always turned out to be positive. So this poem I'm going to share with you, it's called I Am a Warrior. And it is part of what I teach by in my nonprofit work with youth. It's also my personal mantra that I hold for myself, because I have had to learn how to be a warrior in my life, and it's really helped facilitate me to stay the path of what I'm here for and the importance of my work with the nonprofit, as well as the coaching that I do with women and my speaking and soon to be published author. So I'm really excited about that. So feel free, if you, with your feet.
And you can stand up if you want to. We're
Yes.
okay with that.
Yes.
Feel like you want to move? It's okay.
I am a warrior. I have a spirit of determination. I have the strength and courage to be powerful. As a warrior, I will stand and fight for those whose voices have been silenced. Courage is woven in my DNA. To be a warrior, you must be brave. As a warrior, I have a spirit of determination. Moving in this world with intention. Determined to make a difference. To leave a legacy, we must be brave and intentional. As a warrior, I am diligent in following through to achieve my vision, a vision that unites us with the threads of our shared humanity. Honoring the suffering found in each of us. As a warrior, I am courageous in my quest to be powerful. I am not afraid of honoring and owning the very essence of who I am. I do not shrink back when I greet her in the mirror. I do not judge her reflection. Embracing her with self-compassion. I hold space for myself and others to honor the struggles that have taught us how to be a warrior. Claim your power. Own your story. Move to triumph. See your wholeness. Honor your warrior. Repeat after me. I am a warrior. I have a spirit of determination. I have the strength and the courage to be powerful. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Drum the Program can be found at drumtheprogram.org. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we offer free programming to your kids. Thank you.
Welcome. I am a warrior. Yeah, that part. Founder of New Awakening Recovery Services, Inc. and poet, Sister Martina Daly. Ooh, she gonna give y'all some Maya Angelou.
Thank you, thank you. Pretty women, pretty women, pretty women, pretty women. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. So we all know that those are words from a poem of our beloved Maya Angelou. And as we gather to celebrate Women's History Month, it is an honor that I pay tribute to the remarkable and great Maya Angelou. As a little girl, I was always intrigued by her, a poet, author, and civil rights activist. Her life was a testament to the power of resilience, courage, and also equity, diversion, and inclusion. In her poem, Phenomenal Woman, she beautifully articulates the essence of her strength and beauty, but not in the conventional sense, but in the depth of her character and the grace with which she carried herself. She reminded us, and continues to remind us today, that true beauty illuminates from within. And she beautifully wrote, that men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. She said when she tried to show them, they still can't see. She say it's the arch of her back, the sun of her smile. And she goes on to say, now you understand why my head is not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. 'Cause I am a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. And her words also resonate with all women who have faced adversity, yet rise above it with poise and with dignity. And still I rise, she proclaims her resilience in the face of trauma and oppression. As a young girl to me, and also as a woman today, and still I rise, she teaches, and she says, out of the huts of history shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean leaping and wide. Welling and swelling, I bury in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wonderfully clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestor gave. This is my favorite part. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. Maya Angelou's advocacy extended beyond her poetry and literary catalog. Her words and actions inspired generations of women to stand up, to speak out, and fight for a world where everyone is treated with equity, dignity, and respect. As we reflect on her legacy together and stand shoulder and shoulder today, let us remember her not only just as a phenomenal woman, but a phenomenal advocate for equity, a phenomenal human, a fierce champion for civil rights, gender equality, and social justice. Let us carry her spirit of resilience and courage in our hearts as we continue to strive for a more just and equitable world. This evening, let us embrace the power of this gathering. Oh yes, we gather here today, we celebrate, we will continue to inspire each other to greatness. Let us always remember forevermore the sentiments, words, and poems and life of this brilliant and beautiful woman. We are phenomenal women, and we rise. And as women, and as we gather here today, let's be empowered to turn our obstacles into opportunities, opportunities to love and to inspire. Let's always remember, Maya Angelou shows us, she tells us, she emboldened us that despite life challenges, we can walk like we got oil wells pumping in our living rooms.
We do. Think about it. I don't care where you live, where you stay. Home is what you make of it, wherever that is. And yes, we do have oil wells pumping in our living rooms. We got some diamonds too, y'all. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Next poet coming to the mic is, come on, start walking this way. Look at here now. We're gonna keep rolling. So if you know you're next, I need you standing up here beside me. We got Natasha Williams.
Good evening. My name is Natasha. I'm also an author as well. I go by Her Soul Speaks. And the name of my poem is called Woman. Woman, I come from, you come from, we all come from a divine vessel to give life in many ways. That's woman. And as one, I have now taken on the crown of the divine vessel, whom gives in so many ways. I am woman. I profess profoundly, painfully, and in strength that I extend that love by offering my body to create as a mother. I am woman. Even when odds are against us in ways in which it can never be fully acknowledged what such crowns we hold in this world, we are expected and do thrive. We are woman. We are the strength that breaks barriers, the strength that upholds families, the relentless energy to be on go even when we are exhausted. We are woman. We are the strength that breaks barriers, the strength that upholds families, the relentless energy to be on go. So when you're speaking to a woman, whether that be woman to woman or man to woman, speak respectfully, as we are to be honored. Acknowledge and uplift another woman, because we all contribute much to this world and there is no competition. Each woman is beautiful and offers something unique to this world. Help another woman where you can, because you understand. And be gentle with yourself, but remain diligent in bettering yourself, because a woman at the top of her game can never lose. And a woman that strives and thrives every day is the news. We are woman. Thank you.
Come back now. Come. Her little walk-away game was so strong. It was so strong. Say that last line again. Say that last line
Oh,
again.
we are woman.
All right, now you walk out.
Oh, okay. You want me to the moment?
Yeah. There it is. That's what I was looking for right there. I was looking for this right here. That's what I like to see. She knows she a model. I'm a model coach, y'all. And you know, I'm a perfectionist. And I wanted her to walk off right and not walking off like she going to the store to get a cup of buttermilk. We don't walk, well, hey, look here. The runway is always open. All right, every day, all day, even in Walmart, you gotta walk away strong, okay? All right, we've got a musical selection coming up, but we may have to skip and come back. Acapella, oh my God. She's gonna do Acapulco. She's gonna do acapella. This is our sister Ashley Sankey coming up now. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Listen, not just a songstress. She's a musician as well. And she write lyrics, as I'm gonna brag on her a little bit. She write lyrics, she do all of that good nature stuff. Are you ready now? Okay, so we're gonna bring her up. Miss Ashley Sankey. Hey, y'all gonna start clapping now. Ashley Sankey, start clapping now. One hand mic? Because if not, I'll pull this down. No, I'm trying to tell her to eat the mic.
Good evening. So I'm gonna go off of the script for a second. I brought my guitar to play, but I couldn't plug it up, so we're gonna have to do it like old time church. So I have an original that I'm gonna try to get through first, and then I have a community song that we can do together. So my original is called Royalty X, and it's about being black and proud. So there's a part of it that says, say it loud, I'm black and I'm. So when I get to it, we're gonna try to do it together, all right? It's me, I remember back then. I was yours and you were mine and we were just friends. Now we started back again, beauty from within, you are mine. Love's truly genuine and now we're twins. Heart of gold, now we're black and gold once again. I was royal, you was my king, and I was then. I was your queen, I started once again. I just want to be your African dime again. I remember how they tried to separate us then. Now all I see is win, 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 and come again. All this royalty comes from within. They could never stop us if they tried once again. And now I'm standing here. I'm questioning how we got back here. So I remember then, sweetest love again, back when we were 23, come upon a million flying sheep. I just want to fade away. Memories of mama back in the day. God rest her soul, listening to Marvin Gaye, chilling with the family the long way. So I just want to fly. Everybody put your drink up to the sky. I see the melanin is hard to come down. I see what Martin Luther King was talking about. And now I'm standing here. I'm questioning how we got back here. I'm gonna say it loud, yes I am. I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, I see the melanin is hard to come down. Oh, I see the ex-warriors, yeah, walking around. I see what Martin Luther King was talking about. But look at how they try to tear us down. Look at how the police keeps on killing us now. Telling me that they ain't got no camera footage now. What am I supposed to do now? I got 6 black nephews right now. I'm scared for them to go out of town. Don't know if police will come and shoot them downtown. No. But now I'm standing here. I'm questioning how we got back here. And now I'm standing here. I'm questioning how we got back here. We could do this one together. Are you ready for the time of your life? It's time to stand up and fight. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Hand in hand, we'll take the caravan to the motherland. I'm gonna give us a little drum beat.
Sometimes you just got to let the Holy Spirit move you the way he wants you to go. See, she brought the guitar, but the Holy Spirit said, I need you to sing this song and not the song you thought you were gonna sing. So God put something else on her heart that would minister to us tonight. We're gonna keep moving. Woo, I got chills, sister. I love her. Oh, coming to the mic, one of our originals, Sister Sanovia Muhammad. Ring the bell, sister, ring the bell. Yeah. Sister, that's our sister. Yeah.
Okay, peace and blessings, y'all. Gotta find my page up in here. So, y'all know me as Sanovia Muhammad. I'm the daughter of Dr. Virgie Rashida Muhammad. And I'm also the granddaughters, 400 years removed, of those feminine ancestors who gave us a legacy to fight for freedom by any means necessary. This first poem was written by my granddaughter, and so, short story. My granddaughter's name is Sanovia Ngozi. My daughter, who's no longer with us, it's been 24 years, I gave her my name, Sanovia. So when my son named his daughter Sanovia, he said, I'm naming her after my sister. I said, yeah, that's cool. Sanovia, we're here. So Sanovia was in a hurricane in St. Thomas when she was 15. And I'm gonna read a poem that she wrote about that. I stepped off the plane's platform and was greeted with the smell of seawater, weed, and stale heat. For some, it would have been heaven. But for me, I was living in my own personal hell. People coated in various shades of brown surrounded me, skin like mine everywhere. I can't say I wasn't taken aback because living in LA, I had questioned why I was born black. I was always a mud stain on crisp white t-shirts. I was always dirt collected at the bottom of priceless china. I was always pencil marks on printer paper. But now, trying to find a white person was like looking at a "Where's That Waldo" picture, except a little bit easier because all you had to really look for were floral swim shorts and sunburnt hands clasped around Canon cameras. And while I was there, I learned about true isolation. I learned about glass cages and being blinded by camera flashes and ignorance. I learned about petting zoos as strangers touched my exotic mane. I learned about massacres. People who looked just like me, killing people who looked just like me. And you wouldn't understand that the pain comes in lumps. The pressure felt in my throat and lungs was a constant one. The stigma of the noose that was wrapped around my neck followed me everywhere, back in St. Thomas. Violence is sown into their lungs. Do you understand that the pain comes in lumps? That the pressure felt in their throats and lungs is a constant one? But for a while, I thought that safety was a plausible idea. Then in late August came the end of the world. Murder continued, and this time it wasn't people who looked like us killing us. It was the sun. It was the waves we were surrounded by. It was the moon and its sadistic tides. It was the wind and its 160 miles per hour rush of terror and trepidation. And I remember the distorted sounds I heard, huddled in the bathtub, pitch black, pure combobulation for 15 hours straight, mattress barricading the door, because this was war. And I told the wind, sorry, honey, but this ain't the Wizard of Oz. My house will not be uprooted and thrown into your storm. My people will not be washed away yet again. The next morning, I carefully stepped outside into my backyard. My mango trees had all tumbled onto the roof of my house. The soft breeze gently kissed my skin. As if nice weather was a good enough apology for the destroying of my newfound heaven, if nice weather was good enough apology for the death of my neighbors, for the bodies that were dragged and thrown into telephone poles by the wind. And I remembered the statement from 2005, Bush don't care about black people, proclaimed Kanye. I remembered that statement as I witnessed FEMA shipments stop coming in and emergency food run out, and the power, water, and service still off. We watched planes fly straight over us and land in Puerto Rico, as if our people weren't significant enough for help, weren't significant enough for life. President Trump and Governor Mapp broke bread and laughed, while I lived in a mildewed house and survived off of crackers and dirty water for 3 months. With the occasional military MREs, silent soldiers like me and my family were scattered all around the island, trapped but surviving, taking back our breath from the wind, fighting when no one but us was watching, trying so damn hard to create our heaven from the ground up when all the forces of nature were rooting against us. A few days ago, I talked to a friend who still lives in St. Thomas, and she showed me the sun shining bright, the waves that were as blue as ever, the white sand, her feet sinking in. She showed me the mountaintops covered in green, the wind gently swaying in between the leaves, the beautiful people of St. Thomas dancing to reggae music, whitest smiles against the darkest skin, just like how I remembered it. And in that moment, I could almost smell the familiar smell of seawater, weed, and stale heat. Zenobia Ngozi was 15. Yeah. So this next poem is called We'll See. There's a nasty taste in my mouth, bile making its way up, caused by swallowing toxic waste from toxic words, spewing from the mouths of toxic leaders, backed up with an arsenal of toxic hate, and marching just ain't enough to cleanse the taste. There's this nasty taste in my mouth from years of foul play, executed by those in blue, police and bullets, toxic through and through, upheld by politicians and ballots and petitions, just ain't enough to cleanse the taste. There's this nasty taste in my mouth caused by swallowing the shit spewing from the mouth of those with toxic thoughts, allowing them to scream and rehearse and shout toxic slogans, outdated and rehearsed. Land of the free, home of the brave, a just cause to conquer all, one nation under who? And one knee on the field just ain't enough to cleanse the taste. There is a nasty taste in my mouth caused by cowards passing around buckets filled with toxic dollars, spewing toxic lies of promises they won't keep. And voting just ain't enough to cleanse the taste, caused by a lifetime of sweet words. Just hold on, you'll see. A lifetime of when the time is right, you'll see. A lifetime of be patient, our time is coming, you'll see. A lifetime of the last will be first, you'll see. Of we shall overcome, you'll see. Of turn the other cheek, you'll see. Oh, let go and let God, you'll see. This nasty taste in my mouth, fueled by a lifetime of bull and shit, soaked in oak barrels of lies and deceit. There's a nasty taste in my mouth, where diversity is a hashtag and inclusion is a joke, where being at the table means chaining yourself to the legs and letting the rot eat you whole. And white guilt just ain't enough to cleanse the taste. There is this nasty taste in my mouth caused by performative activism. Empty words on computer screens mark the sky with the blood of our ancestors and the silence of others. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is enough to cleanse this taste, this nasty taste in my mouth. We're holding up signs and honking horns and crossing bridges and kneeling in prayer and shedding them damn crocodile tears. And even writing these poems just ain't enough to cleanse this taste, this nasty taste in my mouth from a lifetime of you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. Yeah, thank you. So I have one more, and you're going to participate in the end. So when I say breathe, that means breathe. This is called Listen and Trust. Listen and trust your consciousness, the eye inside of you, the first eye seeing from the third eye knowing. Listen and trust that intuitive churning, allowing you to feel your internal compass, helping you to navigate your world. The ancestors are ready to ashe it, their reflection in your being, your existence. Listen and trust their voices on your left and on your right, an angel on each side, because we are them and they are us. Listen and trust your blessings coming forth that brings you to your knees with a bow in gratitude. They be pleased. Listen and trust your strength, consistency, and commitment. It's already been ordained. You have been anointed. Trust that grounding your feet on Mother Earth generates primal energies, listening a higher vibrational frequency. Trust that sitting among the trees and wading through the rain showers of life offers you a glimpse of your divinity. Trust that walking tall and opening your heart brings honor to the family, fulfilling an ancient calling to community and self. Trust that what you create in whatever medium you choose becomes a soothing balm for the receiver and a healing balm for the eye. Trust in giving and receiving love, allowing the intimacy of our souls to touch. Trust that we are intimately interconnected, and our collective liberation depends on us collectively caring for each other. Trust that where consciousness flows, energy goes. Know that the universe has given us permission at each phase of the moon to reflect, recalibrate, and refocus, to plant an intention, to sow our seeds, to weed and release all that does not serve us. Trust that the beating of your heart and floating in the amniotic fluids of your mama was your first lesson in recognizing wholeness, completeness, and your divinity. This is where I invite you to put your hands onto your heart and make an ancestral pyramid with your thumb. Take a deep breath and inhale through your nose, and a sighing exhale through your mouth. 3 more times. Inhale. Let it go. Inhale. Let it go. 1 more. Trust that a conscious breath is our black print for remembering we have all that we need. Ashe, amen.
Y'all like that? I'm so silly, y'all. I'm a preschool teacher, so hey, charge it to that. I use that as an excuse to just be silly. Our next presenter is Sister Wafia. She's gonna present you guys with a little selection. You ready, sister? She's one of our originals too. We've been doing this a long time. Look at this pretty pink. Y'all can start clapping right now if you want to. It's okay. I love you. You need me to dance or anything?
She's so funny. Okay, music. Huh? It doesn't matter. Summertime, when living is easy, fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich
and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you spread your wings, and you take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. Where Daddy and Mommy standing by, with Daddy and Mommy by. Thank you. Y'all know that song? Thank you. Thank you. I know y'all know them songs. Give me a little more. Up. Willow, weep for me. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches down along the ground and cover me. Listen to my plea. Help me, Willow, and weep for me. Gone, my lovely dreams, lovely summer dreams. Gone and left me here to weep my tears along the stream. Sad as I can be, help me, Willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love has sinned, to leave my heart a-crying and sighing all alone. Murmur to the night and hide its sorry light, so none can find me crying and sighing all alone. Weeping willow tree, weeping sympathy. Bend your branches down along the ground and cover me. Sad as I can bleed, help me, Willow, and weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love is sin. Willow, weep for me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
They don't sing like, nah, I'm not gonna say they don't sing, They don't sing like that no more. Except for that lady right there. We got a couple of more in Birmingham sing like that too, but they don't sing like that no more. That's some singing. Y'all enjoyed that? Woo! I want to be like her when I grow up, but I don't have that type of voice to sing. Salam. Are you still here, sister? We're going to close out with Salam, our final poet for this evening. This will be our final presentation. Stick around. If anybody is interested in joining us next year and you enjoyed yourself, let us know before you go.
All right, when I say women, you say gather, women. All right, so I'm Salem Green. I'm the first poet laureate of the city of Birmingham. Yes, thank you. Whew. And thank you all so much for inviting me into the city to be a poet for the city and to work alongside great poets tonight, performers, artists. And I want to end with a proclamation poem that I did for the city, and I will continue to do, so you may have heard it, but it's called What Must We Do? And you all give yourselves a hand clap, because y'all made it. It's past our bedtime. I ain't gonna tell you, I'm down. I'm going down. I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. But we made it. We are the faithful few. What must we do? What must we do, Birmingham? A proclamation to the city. What must we do to elevate the human race? What must we do to eliminate violence, poverty, and suffering? What must we do, Birmingham? We must activate acts of agape love and moments of radical resistance, more joy. We must walk the streets and recognize the beauty therein, the progress, the history that tells our stories of forgiveness and unrelenting legacy. What must we do, Birmingham? We must take the hands of our youth and guide their hearts into spaces of renewal and transformation. We must blaze a path towards solidarity, unity, and repair. We must become the pathfinders, the light. We must take the roads of recovery and kindle the fire of change. What must we do, Birmingham? We must become the Birmingham we wish to see, the Birmingham we wish to be. We must carry wisdom to the ones that refuse mediocrity. We must grasp hope by the strength of each woven sentence. We must speak up. We must raise our voices. We must rise, Birmingham. We must rise like Rosa. We must work like Shuttlesworth. We must build like Coretta. We must be brave like Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. And when knocked down, we must get up like the mighty, mighty John Lewis. We must embrace the youth and the power of those to come. What must we do, Birmingham? We must remember that we are the caretakers of King's courage, the catalysts of peace, the protectors of justice, the genesis of civil rights, the revelation of a mighty South. What must we do, Birmingham? We must recognize we are significant and propel ourselves forward with dignity and align ourselves with rest and resiliency. What must we do, Birmingham? We must walk the paved path of faith, forge toward the road of justice, stand underneath the light of enduring hope, embrace the ancestors' prayers of fortitude and joy, and sit in the reflection of iron and steel. We must press into the promise that brings people to Birmingham to heal. What must we do, Birmingham? We must be the Birmingham where people are born to be free, the Birmingham we wish to see, the Birmingham we know and all and believe we can be. Thank you.
We're gonna call you up. You got it?
Hello. Are y'all full? And I'm not talking about full with the food. I'm talking about full from all these beautiful ladies who decided to grace us with their presence on today. Can we give them a resounding round of applause? My name is Michelle Craig. I'm the Youth Development Specialist for the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. And I want to say absolutely thank you all for gracing us with your presence, as well. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yes.
On the behalf of the President and CEO, Mr. Wanda Thompson, our Vice President, I want to say thank you guys for coming. This has been a wonderful night, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. The last voice you will be hearing tonight will be of our wonderful MC. Give her a round of applause. for doing such an awesome job tonight. So, make sure you keep checking out our website for the rest of the programs that we're going to be doing for the month of March, and within April as well. Our MC, Ms. D.
All right. I do want you to acknowledge this beautiful lady once before we leave out this door. Please acknowledge this beautiful woman sitting right here. We have a foot soldier in here, y'all. We have a real foot soldier in here. We cannot close this women gather without honoring this foot soldier.
The real OG Miss Odessa Woolfolk.
The real OG Miss Odessa.
And this gallery is named after her, and she is the reason why this building is open, and she is the reason why we're sitting here as women who've gathered.
Woo! All right. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle works diligently on this every year. I mean, we always see the end result of everything, but nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes with Michelle and these beautiful ladies and the staff of the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. And I do want to say thank you to my sisters. I didn't say sisters, sisters. Where you at? Sisters. These are our sisters. And I want to say thank you all. You guys did a wonderful job. And we're going to close out with our song. Y'all going to sing? The women gather? Hit it, DJ. We're ready. And like I said earlier, if anybody is interested in being a presenter, this is every year in March. We do the women gather. You want to dance, you want to sing, you want to do some poetry. Martina, get up here. I'm bossy.
The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. People say, not in this neighborhood. It doesn't happen here. Our kids have everything. What do we have to fear? But what about the ones who say this happens every day? Drugs and violence take our children. How much more death can come our way? The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. Don't you know? Some bullets find their targets. Bombs can take you right on cue. Some in the hands of babies or officials and their crew. They claim the brother had a gun. She fit the profile in my book. Running, hiding, taking cover. Didn't take the time to look. Somebody's mother, brother, best friend, sister, lover. The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. The women gather crying tears that fill a million oceans. It doesn't matter where you're living. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're living.
Get my food.
ladies, thank you so much for coming again to the Women Gather. Please take our survey. It is how we obtain funding for these events. Ladies, now if I start. Please take our surveys.